devotees in the service, I was able to come back and I feel enthusiastic again. So I offer my humble obeisances to her. Today we're reading out of Bhagavatam class. For Bhagavatam, we're reading out Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 7, 36 through 47. 36 through 47. And we're focusing on verse 44. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? 8:7:44. 8:7:44. Okay, I'm on the wrong chapter. Sorry, guys. Please. This chapter is Lord Shiva drinks the poison. Whew. But beforehand, we will chant. We'll sing Jai Radha Madhava. Okay. Abhay, will you play Mridanga, please? If you'd be so kind. I was in Boise, Idaho for about 10 days visiting for the Rath Yatra there. And each day we would sing Jai Radha Madhava in the morning. And each day I had a great emptiness in my heart because of our wonderful pictures here were not present. Because when you get to sing this song in Radha Kalashandi Dham, it's like a picture show when you sing this song. It's just so amazing. Like it's literally right here in front of us, this song. We're very fortunate. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabiyari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha Kalasanji, Radha Kalasanji, Sri Radhe. Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Our Mangala verses here, our auspiciousness, right? If we can all chant them together, both Sanskrit and English, please. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devyam sarasvatyam vyasam tato jayamudirayat. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the most human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nashtapreya Shabreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamha Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. By regular attendance in classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who's praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Megantamarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Malitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, but my spiritual master so kindly opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto them. Okay, so Canto 8, Chapter 7, 36 through 47. Lord Shiva's about to drink some poison, right? Wow, unbelievable, right? Let's get right into the verses. Anybody with the mic? Oh, there we go. God, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Lord Shiva said, "My dear Bhavani, just see how all the living entities have been placed."
36. Just a little bit slower.
Srila Sukadeva Goswami continued, Lord Shiva is always benevolent toward all living entities. When he saw that the living entities were very much disturbed by the poison which was spreading everywhere, he was very compassionate. Thus he spoke to his eternal consort Sati as follows.
It's very sweet. Lord Shiva turns to his wife, right?
Lord Shiva said, "My dear Bhavani, just see how all these living entities have been placed in danger because of the poison produced from the churning of the ocean of milk."
It is my duty to give protection and safety to all living entities struggling for existence. Certainly, it is the duty of Master to protect his suffering dependents.
People in general, being bewildered by the illusionary energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are always engaged in animosity toward one another. But devotees, even at the risk of their own temporary lives, try to save them.
My dear gentle wife Bhavani, when one performs benevolent activities for others, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is very pleased. And when the Lord is pleased, I am also pleased, along with all other living creatures. Therefore, let me drink this poison, for all the living entities may thus become happy because of me.
Srila Sukadeva Goswami continued. After informing Bhavani in this way, Lord Shiva began to drink the poison, and Bhavani, who knew perfectly well the capabilities of Lord Shiva, gave him her permission to do so.
Isn't this a sweet exchange? First, Shiva, husband, asks and says, gives some information about what's the duty of a person, and he asks, may I do this? And his wife has so much confidence in her Lord that she says, yes, this could kill him, right? I mean, he's about to drink poison. But she's so confident in her Lord Shiva, her husband. She says, yes. I know you're able to do this easily. It's very nice. Well, is it not that we have these situations in our life? Maybe it's not poison, but we say, hey, there's something I need to do that's not going to be easy. Would you please give me some encouragement to do this? And the wife says, yes. And how empowering it is to the husband when he has the blessings of his wife and so forth. Hare Krishna. Go ahead.
Thereafter, Lord Shiva, who is dedicated to auspicious, benevolent work for humanity, compassionately took the whole quantity of poison in his palm and drank it.
As if in defamation, the poison born from the ocean of milk manifested its potency by marking Lord Shiva's neck with a bluish line. That line, however, is now accepted as an ornament of the Lord.
Text 44. It is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart.
So go ahead and read the next three.
Sure.
Let's finish this up.
Upon hearing of this act, everyone, including Bhavani, the daughter of Maharaj Daksha, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and the people in general, very highly praised this deed performed by Lord Shiva, who is worshipped by the demigods and who bestows benedictions upon the people. Scorpions, cobras, poisonous drugs, and other animals whose bites are poisonous took the opportunity to drink whatever little poison had fallen and scattered from Lord Shiva's hand while he was drinking.
44, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Tapyante loka tapena. Tapyante loka tapena. Sadhyava prayasho janaha. Sadhavya prayasho janaha. Paramamyadyanam tadihi. Paramaradhanam tadihi. Purusasya kila atmanaha. Purusasya kila atmanaha. Tapyante lokatapena. Sadhyava prayasho janaha. Paramaradhanam tadihi. Purusasya kilatmanaha. Bolo, please. Ampante lokatapena. Go ahead. Tampante loka tampena. Okay, we don't have much time here, so I please forgive me, but we'll go to translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is said the great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart. Please repeat. It is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart. Purport. Here is an explanation of how those engaged in activities for the welfare of others are very quickly recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita 18:68-69, Ya idam paramam guyam mad bhaktish abhidashanti na chasasman manusheshu kashin me priya kritamaha. One who preaches this message of Bhagavad Gita to my devotees is most dear to me. No one can excel him in satisfying me by worship. Ooh. There are different kinds of welfare activities in this material world. The supreme welfare activity in the spreading of Krishna consciousness. Other welfare activities cannot be effective, for the laws of nature and the results of karma cannot be checked. It is by the destiny or the laws of karma that one must suffer or enjoy. For instance, if one is given a court order, he must accept it, whether it brings suffering or profit. Similarly, everyone is under the obligation to karma and its reactions. No one can change this. Therefore, the Shastra says, Tasya vyaheto prayateta kovido na labhyate yad brahmatyam uparya adyaha. Bhagavatam 1:5-18. One should endeavor for that which is never attained by wandering up and down the universe as a result of the reactions of karma. What is that? One should endeavor to become Krishna conscious. If one tries to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, he should be understood to be forming the best willful activity. The Lord is automatically very pleased with him. If the Lord is pleased with him, what is left for him to achieve? If the Lord is pleased with him, what is left for him to achieve? If one has been recognized by the Lord, even if he does not ask the Lord for anything, the Lord, who is within everyone, supplies him whatever he wants. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Tesham nitya bahi uktanam yoga shaitamam vayami aham. Again, as stated here, tampante loka tampena sadyava prayasho janaha. The best welfare activity is raising people to the platform of Krishna consciousness, since the conditioned souls are suffering only for want of Krishna consciousness. The Lord himself also comes to mitigate the suffering of humanity. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharataha abhyutanam adhyaramasya tadyatmanam sarjanami aham. Oops. Praritarana sarunam vinyasya cha duskritam dharma samsta panartyaha sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever and wherever there's a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a prominent rise in your religion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion. I and myself appear millennium after millennium. Bhagavad Gita 7:8. All the Shastras conclude, therefore, that spreading of Krishna consciousness movement is the best welfare activity in the world, because of the ultimate benefit it bestows upon people in general. The Lord very quickly recognized such service performed by a devotee. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Well, what better can we do than even just rack our brain thinking about how to spread this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world? If one does this, he's already achieved the greatest success. How kind is Krishna? I was driving once in my bus, because I used to drive school bus, and I would listen to Srila Prabhupada's lectures. It was really nice, actually. I got to listen to Srila Prabhupada for hours on end. And Srila Prabhupada, I was really having a tough time at this time, and Srila Prabhupada said that if one, in their mind or in their heart, doesn't have the means to worship Krishna in the way that they would want, they in their heart can make a throne for Krishna made of jewels and gold and all of the most beautiful things. and Krishna will accept that as completely real. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh. Wow. Krishna accepts it as real. So, will Krishna accept it as real if we're racking our brains, thinking every day about how I can spread this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world? I think so. I think that Srila Prabhupada is encouraging us to think like this. The thing is, as devotees, we often get in our own way. We think about our shortcomings, the things that, the mistakes that we make, and so forth. And we think, how could I spread Krishna consciousness all over the world? We think about our disqualifications to be able to spread Krishna consciousness. Understandable, right? It's amazing, this Krishna consciousness process, because the more and more we do it, the more and more we start to see our disqualification. We start to see, wow, I have so far to go. So whether we're starting or we're at the middle stage or the end stage, we continue to see in this conditioned state our disqualifications. And even our great acharyas like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who write these wonderful poems, are explaining their own disqualifications. It's amazing. And yet we know there is no disqualification in this devotee, but yet they're giving us this amazing poem that's talking about me, right? We need to step out of our way, though. We need to get out of our way of our disqualifications, because in this age of Kali, our greatest qualification is our disqualification. And we can look at that in a couple ways. We can look at that in the way that we're the Jagai and Madais of the sin, and therefore Lord Chaitanya comes to give us some mercy, But I'd like to focus a little bit about one way that our disqualifications make us qualified in this world. And it's actually not our qualification. They don't make us qualified, but it's the mercy of the Maha Mantra and our gurus to actually be able to masterfully use the things that we are disqualified to becoming our greatest goal. What do I mean by that? Well, often as devotees, we like to picture what it means to be a devotee. And so because we have these great examples, we can't see ourselves within them. But the amazing thing is by the mercy of our guru and Srila Prabhupada, we can see our shortcomings as ways to connect with other people. We think there are disqualifications, but yet they're our greatest goal. For instance, I'll give an example of myself. When I was in high school, the teacher would go and they'd have us read a paragraph, and it would get to me, and I'd be so scared. I would read the paragraph over and over and over and over again. I had a reading issue. I had a reading impediment or whatever. And so I remember one time in particularly that I was literally crying in class and trying to get through the reading. And my teacher didn't say nothing. Just let me go. And I was like, matter of fact, I remember this girl, I will never forget this girl named Heather next to me, who, when I was younger, made fun of. She turned to me and basically patted me on the back. It's okay, Nathan. And I was like, wow. In that moment of complete stress and complete bewilderment, I could see that she was reaching out to say, hey, you got this. And it meant so much to me that I still remember it as I'm sitting on talking about this verse today. So, move on. I've not been able to, foreign languages are very tough for me because of this reading thing. So Sanskrit is very tough for me. I struggle with it a lot. And when I see so many of our nice devotees able to chant so many Sanskrit verses and stuff, I think, man, how can I preach? How can I, I can't even, I can't even do this purport properly, See, this is the wonderful thing about devotees, is Nanda Braja, it's okay. It doesn't. However, do each and every one of you have the thing within you that makes you think, gosh, that's my problem. And that slows me down from being, from getting out of the way of myself into putting the Maha Mantra and Srila Prabhupada and spreading the Sankirtan movement all over the world. I think that each and one of you, if you gave your thing, and I would say, oh, Prabhu, it's no big deal, and you'd be in your heart going, yeah, but it is a big deal. Am I wrong? Maybe. So, okay, so here's my question. As you said right there, do you think there's devotees out there that are working on their Krishna consciousness that struggle with Sanskrit and can't memorize verses very well, and they think themselves maybe not able to preach because they think, probably a lot of people, right? And so, So what I'm saying is there people out there that could use some encouragement to tell them that doesn't keep them from preaching Lord Chaitanya's mission, right? Yeah. So this thing I've gone through, and it's been so tough for me, and I've overcome step by step because of the mercy of the Maha Mantra, Srila Prabhupada, my guru, to realize that this isn't a problem. This is simply me getting in my own way, and I overcome it step by step. It's still tough. My false ego is very strong. He likes to give me jabs, So then, this impediment is yet something I can use now. Whenever I meet the devotee that struggles with it, I can say, I know how you feel. I've been in there. And I can encourage them in a way. So, the Maha Mantra and the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and this Sankirtan movement cannot be stopped by your shortcomings. A matter of fact, they will be your biggest goal when you start racking your brain, how can I spread this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world? All of a sudden you start realizing the mercy that your guru has given you, and that because of their kindness, I must give it to others. My guru gave me this Srila Prabhupada, my guru, the Maha Mantra has given me this ability to overcome this big impediment for me. Man, I have to share that with other people. How can I not do everything I can to be able to encourage somebody that they have a place in the Sankirtan movement and can spread Krishna consciousness? I'll give another example. I want to tell a story that I think encapsulates this point very nicely about how our uniqueness is our greatest strength because it allows for us to connect with people that other people can't. You have your strengths, you have your uniqueness, and a uniqueness that I can't touch, but you can. And it's amazing. That's what makes us strong as a movement. Instead of us trying to be somebody we're not, we should embrace and encourage each other. No, your uniqueness is the thing that allows you to go out and touch somebody's life in a deep way that nobody else can. This is a story about Lord Jagannath. In the farmer's market, there's this gentleman, and he's a butcher. And this butcher, when he weighs out the meat, he would put a rock on the other side, and he would weigh it out like that, and he would sell it. And as we know, this butcher position is a very low, sinful activity, right? The thing is, though, is when he did this, he couldn't help but do kirtan. He loved kirtan. So he'd do this, and he would sing and chant about Lord Jagannath and all the holy names and wonderful pastimes of Krishna. And this one particular day, this sadhu comes by, Maharaj, and he says, looks at him, he says, "What are you doing?" And he says, I'm just, what have I done wrong? I'm just, doing my business. I know what I'm doing is low, but is there something in particular? And he says, yes. He says, this rock that you're using to weigh this meat is a shalagram shila. Yes. And the butcher, although he was a butcher, he was pious enough to give respects to the sadhu and also know the sinful activity that he was doing. And he said immediately, "I'm so sorry." Hits the floor. He says, you take this. And he says, yes, I will. Maharaj says, I will take this and I will worship it properly. So that night, the sadhu goes and he washes and bathes the shalagram shila, worships it nicely. And that night, he has a dream. And his dream, Lord Jagannath comes to him. And Lord Jagannath says, you take me back tomorrow right away. And so, no, I can't do that, Lord Jagannath. He's weighing meat. He's a butcher. There's no way I can take you back to that place. And Lord Jagannath says again, you must take me back. I demand you take me back tomorrow. And again he says, no, I can't do that. The third time, Lord Jagannath says, look, when this devotee of mine weighs this, he puts me in the weighing scale and I rock back and forth. And he sings kirtan to me. And nobody else does this. It gives me such joy to be rocking back and forth and having somebody sing kirtan to me. Maharaj says, okay. He says, I don't get it, but I will bring him back. So the next day he brings it back and says, here, you must have this. And the butcher says, no, I can't. He says, no, Lord Jagannath has come to me in a dream and he told me you must take him. So the butcher, he has some piety, right? Singing kirtan. And he decides that if my Lord Jagannath has come to me, then I must go to him. He says, I'm going to pack things up and I'm taking my pilgrimage to Jagannath Puri. And so while he's going, he has to walk on the side of the trail. The people that are walking on the trail know he's a butcher, and so they think of him very lowly. They don't even walk with him. So he walks off the side. And each night he would find a place to camp. And one night, though, particularly, he found this place to camp, and it was near this hut. And this lady comes out, and she sees him, and he was very handsome. He was a very handsome butcher. And so she she was a little attracted. She was a lot attractive. But she had a husband. And she's giving him eye, and he kind of gives her a wave, like, come on, leave me alone, or something like that. But for some strange reason in her mind, she thinks, he's told me to kill my husband so that I can be with him. Yeah, ridiculous, huh? So she kills her husband. And the next day she comes to him and says, hey, I've done it. And he says, what have you done? Yeah, what have you done? I've killed my husband. Now we can be together. He said, no, I do not know what you're talking about. You're crazy. I'm off to Jagannath Puri. And so she goes and tells the local village authorities that this person has conned her into killing her husband. And so he gets arrested and he's taken to court, And he's intelligent enough to know that he's in a predicament, that he cannot, there's nobody to say that he did or did not do this, right? So he says to him, please, I'm on pilgrimage to Jagannath Puri. I must see my Lord. Please do not kill me. Any punishment you give me, but do not kill me. And so the authorities say, okay, because you've done this, we're going to chop off your arms. And so they chop off his arms, and they don't even repair his wounds. They just send him off. Yes, very, very nasty, huh? He's bleeding, and so he thinks, wow, how fortunate. I now look like my Lord Jagannath. My Lord Jagannath doesn't have any arms. And so he goes on parikram, and after a while struggling like this, he gets to the farmer's market. And that day, Lord Jagannath speaks to his pujaris. Lord Jagannath's very well known for speaking to his priests there, right? And he says, there's a great devotee of mine who's come. I want you to take a palanquin to the farmer's market and pick him up and bring him. So the priests go to the farmer's market and they start calling out, there's a great devotee here of Lord Jagannath, and Lord Jagannath wants to see them. Please come immediately. And he sees this situation. He thinks, wow, how fortunate am I? I'm so close to seeing my Lord, but I'm also going to see a devotee of the Lord that loves him so much that the Lord has sent a palanquin to come see him. Wow, this is amazing. So they sit there for some time and nobody answers up, so they leave. That night again, Lord Jagannath comes and says, listen, you didn't pick up my devotee. And they said, we went there and we looked. He says, listen, look, when you go to the farmer market, you'll see somebody who needs your help more than anyone. And you'll notice right away, this is my devotee, please pick him up. So they go back to the farmer's market and they see this man with no arms and like you're it. you're the person, come. Gets on the palanquin and he comes and he's just bewildered by the Lord sending him this palanquin, and he's very humbled by it. And so he goes to see his, they clean him up and give him this warm welcome and stuff, and he goes to see Lord Jagannath. And he's very embarrassed because when he's going to pay his basements, he can't do it fully, right? So he goes and he does his best, and he comes and he sits up. And when he sits back up after paying his basements, his arms are back. And Lord Jagannath has. So he goes on to I don't know what goes on after the butcher afterwards. But from this story, it's very important that we understand that each one of us has a uniqueness in our devotional service that no one else can do. No one else can do the thing that you do that pleases the Lord. So when we sit in here and mistakenly judge other people because of their devotional service, we should remember this story. I don't know why my Lord is interacting with this person in this way, but I know my Lord loves them. And I know that this devotee is unique and has a unique service that has brought my Lord here for them. And therefore, I have much respect for them. And when we're confused about our service and see our own faults and our own mistakes, we should remember this. And remember, I don't know, I have no qualifications, but the Lord has something in me that he sees, and so therefore, what can I do? I must do the service. I'll end one more little tidbit of this in this line. I apologize to this devotee. I hope that I'm not embarrassing them. But it's something that I've seen that has demonstrated this, and I've seen from my perspective this different way. There's a devotee that gives class, Srimad Bhagavatam class, and this person, when they come, they have this many sheets of paper ready to give class. And in general, when I listen to class and somebody reads, I can't stay there. I kind of shut off. It's my own shortcoming, but like it's very tough for me. And so my own impediment thought when I saw this at first, I was like, But I had at least enough intelligence that my guru has given me and Krishna has given to push aside my short, misunderstandings and listen with intentment. And over time, I saw that this devotee, when they read from their paper, it was like nothing I've heard somebody read from. They spoke from their heart. It was like the words on the page were living in them. And it was like I could see their authenticity through it. And it touched me very much. And at one point I heard that there was a devotee that talked to him and encouraged them not to do this anymore. And when I heard it, I was very mad. I was very angry because maybe again by my shortcomings, I didn't understand why this person would take away somebody's authenticity. I can understand when encouragement for people to do something, but when we can't see that this person is on the Vyasasana or up on there and really doing their best and giving it their wholehearted effort, we should see that. And I was a little bit, anyways, peeved that this person was, and so I went and talked to somebody. I didn't know this, but I was talking to somebody and I was telling him how much I appreciated, it was the significant other of this person. And I was telling him about how much I appreciated them. And he said, thank you, Prabhu. This thing happened and they were feeling discouraged. And that was very helpful. And he ended up telling him. So why do I tell this story? Because your uniqueness and your devotion to the Lord is yours. Do not put it on other people. Think instead that this person has a unique way that they are receiving the Lord, that they have a way to spread this Sankirtan movement all over the world, and I can't touch the people that they can. And so please, when we do devotional service, when we're around devotees, let's try to see the devotional service. Let's see the heart they put into it, and let's stop being overwhelmed by external things. And when you do that, you'll see that the Lord starts to reciprocate in your heart and starts to reveal your own uniqueness and your own ability to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And because we're thinking on that, we might get the opportunity to touch one person. If we are constantly racking our brains how to spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world, we might be lucky enough that the Lord gives us one person that we can help. And that's what we pray for. I think I'm going to spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world somehow, some way. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. But if the Lord gives me just one person that I can help, that will be the greatest benefit. That would be so, so amazing. I went a little bit over time. This purport by Srila Prabhupada is very encouraging to me. I liked it very much. And I appreciate all the devotees out there that are doing their best in their way, their authentic self, spreading Krishna consciousness and not letting things, their resilience to serve Srila Prabhupada and give what their guru has given them is so much so that when things bring them down, they say, you know what? I'm more focused on giving the thing that my guru has given me than this little speed bump. And therefore, I'll keep moving forward. I thank them. Hare Krishna, any questions, comments, thoughts? Please. Yes, Papaji. Jason, will you help turn on? Here you go. Take this one.
Hare Krishna. Okay,
there we go. Okay.
So, Prabhu, it seems like from the story that you said, where is it from?
There's a book of Lord Jagannath that a bunch of these stories are in. And so I'm not sure exactly the book. I have a
Who
close...
compiled it?
Huh?
Who compiled it?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. If you'd like me to look further into who compiled the stories of Jagannath, I can do so. But,
you know, sometimes stories which may not also be fully bona fide may be circulating.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
In regards to the story that you said, it seems that the Maharaj who went and told him that, hey, you're putting a Shalagram Shila, and then he took it back, and then he gave it back to him. It seems like his intervention in the life of this devotee caused him to make a lot of advancement.
Exactly. We have to do our duty, right? It was his duty to be able to do this, right? Yeah, so, and his devotion that allowed Jagannath to come talking to him. Yes.
So it seems like his duty was to help this other devotee come to a higher stage of Krishna consciousness. And it was obvious that he was making offenses to the deity. But the Lord, being merciful, may have done whatever. And we see that could be something on a spontaneous platform. But we see that yes, we all have a uniqueness, and all that uniqueness has to come out in order for us to serve Krishna properly. But we also see that Prabhupada has set certain standards
Absolutely.
for us to follow. And if we follow that standard, within that, then there's a lot of room for, having a unique way of doing it. For example, I went on a book distribution with Mishra Bhagwan Prabhu, and his style is very different from my style, but I really, really appreciate the way he distributes Prabhupada's books. Right? But the same thing, we can see that if someone was doing something else which is not pleasing to Prabhupada, but that's why there are verses in Shastra which say Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Pancharatra Vidim Vina Ekantaki Harer Bhaktir Utpata Yaiva Kalpate. That if you're performing devotional service which is not in line with Shruti Smriti Purana or Shastra, then although it may seem like devotional service, it causes a disturbance in society. So there seems like there is a balance that needs to happen, that people can be on their own thing. I'm serving uniquely, I'm doing like this, but we also have to see according to Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra.
Yeah, thank you so much for clarifying this point, because I wouldn't have feel comfortable going through class unless this was a point that I really clearly made. And that's the fact that our Guru's mercy allows us to use the uniqueness in the right way. So how do we do that? We follow Srila Prabhupada's what Srila Prabhupada's given us. So you're very right. You're very correct. The fact that Srila Prabhupada has given us this mercy, we take it, and then within it we start to grow in a way that we can understand that our uniqueness and even our impediments that we thought were stopping us from being Krishna consciousness are actually our gold, actually the way that we can use to be unique in our service and unique in our preaching. So definitely, 100% that Srila Prabhupada's mercy and Guru's mercy has to be there. And how is that there? By following their instructions. Yes.
That is
good point.
The mercy comes in the instructions.
Absolutely.
And sometimes encouragement can also seem a little harsh. For example, once I was offering obeisances to, this is the unique temple actually. It's Prabhupada's position, the way he's sitting here is very unique. Right? I was offering obeisances to the deity or something like that. And my feet were either pointing towards Prabhupada or Tulsi Maharani. And a devotee came and chastised me, like, "Pooh, you're pointing your feet." I'm like, whoa. And I never made that mistake again. So, there's of course, Prabhupada also quoted this many times. That, you spare the chastisement, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So it seems like there is both sides to it.
I appreciate. I hear your point. I wouldn't necessarily call it balance. I think this word balance is often thrown out, and it's kind of a ridiculous word. That was a little bit harsh. I'm sorry.
I'm cool.
Your humility is. Each person has a uniqueness to them. What balance is. Some people might have opulences more in some way and less in another. So really, it's all about not the balance, but using what we get in Krishna's service. So you're able to use your humility of understanding and appreciating when somebody says to you that this isn't mine, this is instruction from me to serve my Guru more, and so therefore you act it, right? So each person has their own uniqueness that what I'm trying to say is that, their own unique degree of different things that allows them to serve in their best way. And it's not so much a balance, it's more of understanding what they're being given or what they have to give back to Guru. And I just heard Srila Prabhupada say that whatever we give to Krishna, he gives back better. So what are we holding back that we have for Krishna that we think are ours, or these things? For instance, like what I was explaining is my shortcoming of Sanskrit pronunciation and ability to say is not mine. It's Krishna's. And therefore I make myself vulnerable to say, Krishna, I have this shortcoming. What do I do? And now it's up to him whether he'll purify it and I'll be able to overcome it, or if he'll say, nope, I need you to keep that because there's going to be people that you can help with that shortcoming. It makes it's not about me balancing my life of learning Sanskrit. It's more of, please help me understand how to use this in your service.
The balance that I was talking about was between the way devotees may interact with each other. Like in the story that you gave, the Maharaj.
Oh.
It may seem to someone, oh, this is not very encouraging, but actually it's turned out to be the biggest encouragement in this butcher's life.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so that's the point. I was
okay, so your point is wow. I'm appreciating your perspective on the story. Is your focus, or one thing that was really prevalent was the fact that the sadhu did his duty to be able to act his part of this. Yeah, there's no small actors. There's no small parts. There's only small actors. What part do we have to play in this Sankirtan movement? And maybe we're the sadhu. Maybe to some degree we're the butcher, right? Maybe not exactly doing that, but you know what I mean. We got our own things that are hanging us up. What do you think? What do you think?
About what?
About that fact that each person has their part to play.
Yeah, everyone has their part to play. Prabhupada used the example of the Indian Railways. He gave this example. He said a movement should be like this: keep the wheels turning. That's and Prabhupada said everyone has that, but the entire goal is to keep the wheels turning. So the entire goal of the Krishna conscious movement is distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books, chanting the holy names, distribution of prasadam, establishing the Varnashram farm communities. This is the goal. And everyone plays their part and keeps the wheel rolling.
Sankirtan ki jai. Any other, Prabhuji? Haribo.
I'm just to touch your point. You said that uniqueness of every living entity has. Like yesterday, Mahatma Prabhu gave class, very eloquent class with the details and everything, nice, so inspiring. So I will always remember what class he gave. Few days ago, one sannyasi came from Govardhan. So he gave class here. I was here present. So he has also weakness, kind of English. No, those are. I have also same things. I felt. So I remember his class also. He was struggling in English, but class was so nice. Touch. So as example, I'm practically giving here. The Mahatma Prabhu gave yesterday class is English, everything so detailed, Shastra. So their own plays are really good. There's nothing can be judgment, oh, this is better or this is better. It's a different flavor.
Yeah.
Krishna like variety. That's why he create a conflict or create a variety. It cannot be judgment come to one place, oh, here's the best. Like this verse today, the translation we read it, that this is considered the highest method of worshiping the Supreme Personality Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart. So if some materialistic people, they're taking sometime they're like politician, big India, other places, they think they're serving Lord to be a political leader. So, and now if you consider this, the highest method is someone takes suffering from voluntarily for others. So Lord happy with it. Maybe it's not more details, I don't know, but here, according to your translation here Prabhupada gave, so if some politicians or other making the hospitals, they're doing, I'm saying, they're taking suffering for others. So it's the highest method to worship the Supreme Person of Godhead, the translation says. So I cannot judge it. So I'm saying entire creation is by Krishna. I'm living in little entities. So I live on whatever I have, little uniqueness. So thank you.
Thank you. My meditation while reading this verse was, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I carry what you lack and I preserve what you have. And this is the idea, is that we're not meant to get in our way and think about our impedance. We're supposed to have so much faith that Krishna is carrying what I lack and preserving what I have. Not that we aren't trying to get better, because we're always trying to progress, but he's so kind that I just have to do my part. I have to, Srila Prabhupada saying we should be thinking about how to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. I'm I'm not worried about my lack of being able to do that. I'm just given the instructions to think like that, right? Krishna will care. And when you preach, you'll see it happen. You'll be like, man, I make so many mistakes and this person appreciates it. I don't get it. Oh, Krishna says, I got you. Just surrender to me. I'll take care of you. It's in the surrendering process. Srila Prabhupada says in the preface of Chaitanya Charitamrita that one should have great, It's do what's favorable, not what's favorable. Have complete faith or determination or faith that the Krishna will protect us. We are reliant on His mercy. We have no interest other than the interest of the Lord, and always to see ourselves meek and humble. And our humility is that nothing's ours. It's all Krishna's. So therefore, we're figuring out how can we use it in His service. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, one more. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhupada was making the point that we can't judge anyone's class to be better than the other. But we say that is an unquestionable fact that His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's lectures are the best. There's no doubt about that.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it seems like there can be that. Who can argue? Who can, even if you put in all classes together, all the greatest classes that we've seen, Prabhupada's classes are still the best. Yeah, but again, you see.
Well, wait, just a second. Time out. Let's talk about two different people. We're talking about a pure devotee and a conditioned soul. Like, if any of you guys are not conditioned souls, please stand up, and you can. I'll get off the Vyasasana. But we're talking about Srila Prabhupada, who's a pure soul, and yes, he's always the best. Yeah. So let's make sure we have two categories of people here. My encouragement is us as conditioned souls, and if I apologize if I'm offending anyone, is that we can think of our mercy of our pure guru is making even our ridiculousness available for Krishna consciousness. Right. And that is how powerful Srila Prabhupada is that even all of our shortcomings, he says, I got you taken care of. I'll help you to be able to figure out how to even use that in Krishna service. It's unbelievable.
Because we clarify the marks of Prabhupada. So yes, you're right, the Prabhupada, but Guru's disciple can give also better class than Guru. But position-wise, he is the highest. No question. Like example, Mahaprabhu, who's the Ishwarpuri, has compiled one book. I forgot that name of that book. And ask Mahaprabhu to check, edit it, that I'm written right or not. And Mahaprabhu said, whatever you written, everything is perfect. There's nothing can be any wrong, nothing can be any fault. So now this committee, Jiva has a fault. Jiva has a fault. Yes, they have. So how can be Mahaprabhu say he doesn't have any fault? When Mahaprabhu found fault, Keshav Kashmiri, when he was reciting Ganga birds, everything. So he could find fault, of course, there. But because of his devotion, Mahaprabhu admits this, he have no fault. So sometimes, yes, Guru want to see his disciple doing much better. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada did much higher than Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did. So that's not, I'm saying not blindly I'm going to accept it, but it is a logic. This Guru always want to happy to see his disciple doing better. Thank you. That's the point, actually. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I was this thing is the power of the Maha Mantra and Srila Prabhupada's mercy is that by taking shelter, there is no fault in us. There's only progress. So when we make a mistake because we're devotees, it's no longer a karmic reaction. It's a instruction or encouragement about how to step forward in our progress of serving Krishna. And therefore, then there's nothing. It might look like a fault, it might look like a mistake, but it is the greatest treasure when you get this instruction to pay your obeisances correctly and you take it in the right attitude. Wow. Thank you so much. I never want to do that again. Then there's no fault. There's only an action which gained you more clarification about how to serve Krishna purely. And that's not our quality. That's the Maha Mantra in Srila Prabhupada's quality, to make even our mistakes value. It's amazing. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Antikoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.